My name is Alicia Shapiro with AInews.com, and welcome to another episode of our Driving Tomorrow Conversations with Industry Leaders, where we explore the latest developments and newest innovations in the world of artificial intelligence. Today, I'm excited to be speaking with Aviv Frenkel, the co founder and CEO of Moonshot AI, a company transforming e commerce with autonomous generative AI that continuously improves on site performance. With a background that spans tech journalism, e commerce, and research, Aviv brings a rare combination of storytelling, systems thinking, and a hands on entrepreneurial experience to the world of AI. Moonshot AI is building a platform that continuously learns, tests, and evolves digital experiences in real time, helping brands increase conversions, lift revenue, and develop the type of personalized interactions that customers now expect. Their customers have already seen meaningful results, including over 30% growth in revenue per visitor within just a few months. In today's conversation, we'll explore how autonomous optimization is reshaping e commerce, why personalization is becoming non negotiable for customer loyalty, and what Moonshot's latest discovery funding enables, and how AI is changing the way brands think about growth in 2026 and beyond. So, thank you for joining us today, Aviv.
Hello, Alicia. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, good. Yeah, I am glad to have you here too. I'm really looking forward to our talk today. So let's start with the big picture. You've had such a unique path from tech journalism to running an e commerce brand to leading an AI company now. What connected those experiences for you that ultimately led you to build Moonshot AI?
So I was always intrigued by entrepreneurs. I come from this family. We're Israeli. My grandparents came from Europe as Holocaust survivors and
Mhm.
started with nothing. And they started this small grocery store in Haifa. And I was always in awe of people starting their own businesses. And they started their business to build a family, to provide for the family, to
Yeah.
send my father to university. And over the years, going back to the time where I was a tech journalist, I was covering other entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
And I had immense awe for people starting from zero. And
Hmm.
then after a few years, when I was covering tech and I met all of these amazing entrepreneurs, I decided I don't want to cover tech anymore. I want to
Yeah.
build tech. And
Hmm.
that's how I started my first company, which was in the e-commerce space. One of my biggest pains was optimizing my website. That's why we started Moonshot, me and my co-founder Aviatar Segal. And we started Moonshot to basically help other business owners thrive. Because when you have an e-commerce business, even though what we've built is relevant for any digital experience, we started with e-commerce. What you're really interested is the products you build for
Hmm.
people. You're excited about the products,
Yeah,
not optimizing your website for conversion rate.
that's true.
And for me, as an e-commerce entrepreneur before starting Moonshot, that was my biggest pain because conversion rate is the most important metric in e-commerce, and successful brands, first of all, brands guess. It's like voodoo. CRO, conversion rate optimization, is like voodoo. You never know what works and what doesn't. You always guess. And for every change and every test, I needed the help of developers, designers, analysts, UX people, and it takes a lot of time and it's a very manual and labor-intensive task. And that's why Vitar and I started Moonshot. Essentially, this Gen AI platform that turns websites into living organisms that optimize themselves autonomously. So you don't need to guess, you don't need to hire extra team members. You just integrate Moonshot into a website, and Moonshot does three things that seem very simple. Tells you what's not working on the website, how to potentially fix it, and fix it for you, all with a few clicks of a button. So you don't need to design, you don't need to build. Our AI basically generates the AI variants, the variants for tests, the copy, the design, the code. So you don't need to design, you don't need to write copy, and you don't need to code. Everything is done by our AI.
Wow. That is huge because yes. Someone like myself, I don't know how to code, but I'm trying to run our website and I'm trying to figure out how it all the stuff it needs. This would be amazing for people. You said that the AI automatically improves the website's performance and writes all the content and things. Do humans get to edit any of it or does AI just produce it? How does that work?
Sure. So whenever we start working with a brand, they have full control to approve every step of the way, every test, every variant, every design, which makes sense, right? Brands
Yeah.
are sensitive for obvious reasons. And whenever there is a new idea for a test, they get this email, they can log into the dashboard, they will see the test pending approval, they can approve it, or they can prompt in natural language any change they want to ask our AI to do, change the color, change not a round button, maybe a square button, you name it.
Oh, I love that. And does it work on template-based websites like from GoDaddy or Beehive or things like that? Or is it more like on just on WordPress or Shopify?
We're platform agnostic. We don't care how or where you build the website or you host it. We have brands on Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Magentos, brands that build their own tech. So we don't really care because essentially what we do is we're changing their front, we're changing their HTML and CSS, and we don't care where you built it and where you host it.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. That's so universal. Anyone can use the Moonshot then.
Absolutely.
And I'm assuming it's not just SEO optimized, it's also AEO optimized so that the websites and products can show up in the AI searches. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Absolutely. And the most important thing is it doesn't matter if you got to the website through Google with
Mhm.
SEO or through ChatGPT or you clicked on a banner or an ad. What happens after the click? What happens once you get into the website, either the homepage or product page or the listing page, the catalog? How can we optimize your conversion rate optimization, which is actually CRO?
That's an important distinction. That's great. You're also keeping in mind the human audience involved and the relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of traffic, but we see some early signs of agents going into websites too.
Mm,
So we want to optimize not only for human love, but for LLM love. So
that-
we're optimizing the website not only for humans, but also for agents.
That's amazing. I love that. And I haven't heard of anybody else doing this. I think you're the first. So this is amazing. But when you look at the state of e-commerce heading into next year, what are some of the biggest challenges that brands are facing in delivering those optimized, personalized customer experiences? And why are those experiences becoming so important to customers?
I think they were always important. It's
Mm,
only a matter of what tools do you have, because the problem we're solving is an ancient problem. I guess it started with the first website, or if we're talking about e-commerce, the first online store. And over the years, you had really great companies who were trying to help growth teams optimize their websites, but there were more of point solutions. With AI, Moonshot is able to do A to Z, sorry, I'm in America, A to Z approach, which is basically telling you what's not working on the website, how to potentially fix it based on our patented tech, and then actually generating the changes and manipulate the website so that you don't need to code, you don't need to design, you don't need to write anything.
I love that because that's what I need. I need an entity to tell me what to do and what to fix because
Yeah, you're not a
yeah,
designer or builder of a website, right? You
yeah.
have this great podcast, right? You want more visitors, you want more eyeballs, you want to
Yeah.
optimize for a certain KPI. Click play. That's what you want to optimize for. And you're passionate about speaking with entrepreneurs and getting
Mhm.
their stories out there and not where should I put the play button. That's not interesting for you.
Right.
That's exactly what Moonshot does for builders of websites.
That's amazing. I love that idea. And your customers, like I mentioned earlier, have reported about a 30% lift in revenue per visitor within just a few months. What did you learn from those early implementations that showed you this autonomous approach could really work?
I think what we were able to learn and what we were able to share with our clients is what ticks for their users. And it's different if you're a fashion brand, a beauty brand. It really depends what's your demographics, what you're targeting, whether it's like US only, global, other regions of the world, whether they came to your website on a mobile device or a desktop device, whether they're like first time visitors to a website or people who came back again and again. So
Mhm.
we were able to learn with our brand partners what ticks for their customers.
Wow. And how do companies train the AI, or does your AI just know based on what the content of the website is? Like, how does it know what to optimize for each industry?
So we've trained our model on millions or even tens of millions of data points already, and we're growing. So we're building this ultimate source of truth as to how you build product A for user B. We're starting with e-commerce. This is far larger than e-commerce. There's a reason
Mhm.
why we started with e-commerce, because a lot of traffic and every change we make changes the bottom line, improves hopefully the bottom line for our partners. It's relevant for the ainews.com website, just as we discussed a couple of
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah. And a lot of companies, they're still focused heavily on SEO as their main optimization strategy. How do you
Mhm.
explain the difference between traditional SEO optimization and what AI driven on site optimization can unlock for brands?
Yeah, brands are optimizing for conversion rates, so not only for search engine. So what happens after the click? What happens when users get into the website and you want to help them get them over the finish line, so complete the purchase.
Hmm.
And in the old world, these brands needed to build an internal team of developers,
Yes.
designers, analysts, UX people, product people that would go over the analytics and then heat maps and then check what's going on with their competition, get some influence, and then go and ask their designer to design a test. And then developers need to build a test, run it on some sort of an A/B testing platform. And then 2 months later, you forgot what you wanted to optimize for.
Yeah.
That's what Moonshot is doing to help these brands. You don't need a team, you don't need to guess, you don't need to manually go over the analytics or heat maps. Who wants to see a heat map, right?
Yeah.
It's to a doctor and getting an x-ray and then go figure what's wrong, right? You
Right.
don't want that. You want our AI to really learn, understand, and apply the changes needed, create these variants, run a test, and change the website with a winning variant. So you don't need to guess, first of all, and your team should focus on the more creative stuff and
Yeah.
not the tedious job of optimizing your website.
Yes. I think that's perfect. Sign me up. And your platform essentially teaches websites to evolve on their own. So, can you tell us a little bit about how that works and what's going on? How does it evolve on their own?
So essentially, and I don't know how much time we have. I can show you like a quick product demo if you want.
Yeah.
I won't get into this what's under the hood because that's
Right.
part of our secret sauce, but let me maybe share my screen. So I
Yeah, that would be
chose
great.
this beauty brand called Ali, and they're spending a lot of money on Google, Facebook, TikTok to bring visitors to the website, and they want to make the most out of this investment, right? Makes
Hmm.
sense. So the first step of working with Moonshot is integrating a tracking code, super easy way, the same way you integrate the most basic tools out there. Once integrated, we ask whoever is in charge of conversion rate optimization, let's say this gentleman here, what would you like to optimize on? Total revenue, number of orders, conversion rate, etc. Give us a few more specifications, click next, and then we start tracking the website. And very quickly, we understand what's going on. How many
Wow.
visitors? What's the total revenue? AOV? AOV is average order value. Sorry.
Mm.
All the important metrics in e-commerce. This is all super basic, right? No magic here, but we need this baseline to start showing and applying some AI magic. So let's start. The next step
Yeah.
is click fix conversion issues. And our platform starts analyzing the website and coming up with a long list of dozens and dozens of conversion gaps, meaning areas within the website that underperform. On the homepage, a product page, a catalog, the checkout, you name it. Now you see our platform in a semi-automatic mode, meaning that we give brands full control to approve every step of the way. We talked about it. Maybe for some of the brands we work with after a few months, once they feel comfortable enough, they can always click auto here and turn the website into this living creature that optimizes itself autonomously. But let's stay in a semi-automatic mode and review some of the conversion gaps that our platform uncovered. So the most severe issue is this area here, the promo announcements area with its Shop Now button. No one clicks on it. Our
Hmm.
platform identified that the add to cart has a marginal completion rate, product row number 2 has a low click rate, and we have dozens and dozens more areas we can create an uplift. So far, our system completed task number 1, telling you what's not working.
Hmm.
Now let's fix it. So let's say we want to tackle the most severe issue, the promo announcements. The only thing you need to do now is click generate experiment, tell the system how to split the traffic. Let's not get into statistics
Yeah.
and click next. Now I won't share exactly what happens under the hood, but we are coming up with a hypothesis to tackle the gap we have. Just as a reminder, we have this issue with promo announcements. No one clicks on it. So once we have this hypothesis, our AI scans Caudaly's website to understand what's the design language, what's the tone of voice, and our AI generate test variants, so both design, copy, and code, as if the team at Caudaly built it, but it's all AI generated. So let's generate, let's finalize. Here we go. This is how it looks like just a second before we can run a test. So on the upper left side, you see the current website. That's a control of the test. And our AI generated two distinct variants. One is a design pop-up that looks like this. The other one is a large banner on top that looks like this. You can ask the platform to generate as many variants as we want. Let's say this auto pop-up. If we're not happy, we can delete it. We can prompt for any change. We can even edit the code if you want.
Oh,
And
wow.
based on the traffic the website has, our platform calculates how much time these tests will run to get to statistical significance. So with two variants in control, these tests will run for 3 days. Let's add maybe another variant. Let's say this banner now on the bottom of the page. So now the test will run for 5 days. And that's it. The only thing you need to do now is just click run experiment and let the public decide. So the test runs, and for the first couple of days, variant B, the large banner on top, is the leader. But as of day 3, variant A takes the lead, the design pop-up, increases the lead until we have a winner. So this was a winning test. We're able to increase conversion by 2.3%. That's an annual revenue uplift of almost 60 grand, which is sweet. And
Yeah.
we did that without hiring extra developers, designers, UX people. Everything happened with a few clicks of a button. And the only thing you need to do now is just click publish winning variant. That's it. We're changing the website with a winning variant.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
Another tedious chore that growth managers hate, maybe Alicia, you can relate. So this head of e-commerce just completed this super successful test. Now he needs to spend some time, write his boss a lengthy email. What did we test? How did we test? Take screenshots, etc. With Moonshot, all he needs to do is click share report. We auto-generate an email with everything that happened during the test. He can add his boss or whoever needs to know, click send, boom, he's done. And that's a small taste of what our platform can do. Again, here you can find a long list of all of the other AI-generated tests that are waiting in line. This is in a semi-automatic mode. Once a brand feels comfortable enough, click auto, and your website is this living organism that optimizes itself autonomously.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh, that is so powerful. I'm really glad you showed us that because sometimes just seeing it helps you realize the power behind it. So, wow,
Absolutely.
that's amazing. I hope more
Thanks.
people sign up for it. Um, and you recently announced that you had a $10 million in discovery funding, then and that press release announcement. From your perspective, what does this round enable you to build or accelerate that wasn't possible before?
Serving more and more brands, helping other entrepreneurs or businesses thrive because businesses are the backbones of our societies and
Yeah.
economies all over the world. And we want to help them get the power of AI to really thrive because
Mhm.
let's say you're an up and coming beauty brand. You don't know what's not working. And you don't have the funds to hire 4, 5, 6 people that can help you do what Moonshot does. Just ask for help, and we're happy to help. Log on to a website, moonshot-ai.com. Just book a demo, and we're happy to jump on a call.
Oh, I love that. And for smaller retail and e-commerce brands that may not have those big teams or technical resources, what's a realistic first step that they can start taking to use AI for optimization? I guess just to sign up for one of your plans.
Yeah, yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Jump on a call. Let's show you the actual product. Then let's have work on a proof of value together, a
Mhm.
POV, show you what really our AI can change on your website. There is one condition. We can't support today really small businesses. So
Mhm.
as long as you have at least 100,000 visitors, that's enough for us.
Okay.
100,000 visitors per month. Then we can really, first of all, support rapid experimentation and help your business thrive. And if you're smaller than that, maybe later, but work hard, bring more visitors. Once you get to that threshold, we'd love to connect with you.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm assuming it's because that number cutoff is more to help test the experimentation in which you need enough visitors to the site to determine a sample size, in other words, is what
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
yeah. And get to statistically significant results in a relatively fast pace. So we don't want to run a test and wait 4, 8,
Mm.
9 weeks until you get to set it. We want to do that in a couple of weeks that we need today.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And before we wrap up, I always love to ask when you do step away from your work, what are some activities or hobbies you're passionate about?
Oh, that's a great question. First of all, I have my own podcast. It's in Hebrew, so I'm sorry most
That's
of my viewers need to either study Hebrew or if they're members of the tribe, remind themselves of their bar mitzvah, whatever.
Yep.
So that's one thing. I also love snowboarding a lot, and I try to do that as much as possible. I like sailing. I like going out, having great food, hanging out with friends and family.
That's great. Nice chill time. That's what I like.
You need to recharge. You really need
Yes,
to recharge when you're an entrepreneur.
that's for sure. And because you can work yourself to death, literally. So,
And for me, because we have team members in Israel, Europe, and the US, and we're meeting clients all over the world, I'm traveling constantly to
yeah,
be able to be next to our team and next to our customers.
makes sense. Yeah. Thank you, Aviv, for joining us and sharing your insights on how autonomous AI optimization is changing the future of e commerce and why personalized real time customer experiences matter so much. So it's so exciting to hear about what Moonshine is doing to help brands and just move beyond the guesswork and unlock measurable growth with AI. So thank you so much again for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Alicia. It was a pleasure talking about Moonshot, and hopefully, we'll be able to help more and more businesses in
Yeah.
the coming year.
Oh, for sure. I think this is a smart way to do it. And for those of you who would like to learn more about Moonshot AI, you can visit their website, moonshot-ai.com. Keeping you connected to tomorrow. Today, this is Alicia with AInews.com.